Hey, good morning, folks. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregros here. Thanks for joining the MLive Morning Weather Update. Um, a couple of shots of rain on the way this week, and one of those is showing up as a fairly solid shot for at least the southern half of lower Michigan. Show that to you here in just a moment. But good morning, Elizabeth Platt. What's the weather like for Muskegon today? Should be pretty nice in Muskegon. It's going to be warm, probably mid to upper 80s. Jackie Soa, good morning, Genesee, Michigan. That's right by Flint. And Susan Wallace and Minell Molesby, good morning. Also Ed Johnson from Waterford. All right, here we go. So there is a cold front right now, and you can see it pretty clearly on the satellite photo. Southern Canada across Lake Superior, across the UP. That is the spark for potential severe thunderstorms across the UP this afternoon. Show that to you in just a moment. And then the next good shot at rain is out there in the northern Rockies, and it doesn't look real impressive right now, but it will as we get into the modeling a couple of days out. Here's a look at the current radar, and these are not the severe thunderstorms across the UP. Those are more this afternoon, and you can see that just shortly here on the radar forecast. But the lower Michigan is dry right now. So here's where the severe weather is anticipated today. Okay, you see the yellow? That's what's called a slight chance, a level 2 chance out of a 5 level system. We used to focus on the word slight, and then people said, "Well, slight, that's nothing." The tornado chance, 2% chance, not really much in Michigan, maybe toward Marinette, Menominee area, maybe toward Escanaba. Wind gust potential across the UP and across northern lower Michigan, Traverse City up to Mackinac Bridge, and then a threat of some large hail across the UP, Escanaba, Gladstone, I guess Newberry, and maybe even into the northwest corner of this lower peninsula. All right, here is the radar forecast. And so we have these few thunder showers this morning that should dissipate. But then as we go into the afternoon, this is 6 o'clock, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The evening hours, that's when these thunderstorms are expected to develop across the UP and could become severe. And then as they drop south in the middle of the night, they weaken. These are heat dependent thunderstorms. So they weaken during the middle of the night and almost fall apart as they get to the Traverse City area, Charlevoix, and Petoskey. And then tomorrow afternoon, they flare back up. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock. So they flare back up in scattered form in the southeast part of the state, probably skipping Grand Rapids, and maybe getting the Detroit and Ann Arbor area, and maybe getting Flint and Saginaw and the Thumb too, with scattered thunderstorms. And then as we look at Wednesday morning, there could be still a little batch of thunderstorms going there. Now, let's cover the good chance of, and that comes in on Wednesday night and early Thursday. To find that, we use the European model and we use the US model, and when both of them agree, it's a pretty good sign that there is a decent shot at a clump of thunderstorms. So we're going to look at both of those. We're going to look at the European first. Let me get this all fixed up for you here. It's all off kilter. All right. So this is a 6-hour rainfall forecast. Okay. So it shows this afternoon and this evening across the UP, and overnight across the UP, and diminishing as we go toward morning. And then it shows the flare up again tomorrow afternoon in the southeast part of the state. And then here's Wednesday. This is Wednesday afternoon. This is Wednesday afternoon into evening. These are rainfall amounts. So when you see the blue, it's a ½ inch. When you see the yellow, it's 1 inch. So this is Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening into Wednesday overnight, and then Wednesday overnight to Thursday sunrise, and Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon. So what we're talking about is a pretty solid area of rain coming across the southern half of the state and scattered thunderstorms in the northern half. Hey, good morning, Connie Ray Castle and Jeff Carroll. Good morning to you. And then as we get into Friday night and Saturday, maybe a clump of scattered thunderstorms. Okay, so here's the U.S. model on that same kind of thing. Now, we know the problem with the U.S. model is it's a little fast. So this is 11 a.m. Wednesday. This is 2 p.m. And then this is 8 p.m. So the U.S. model has the same idea right here, just about 6 hours faster. How much? Well, first off, let's cover today and tomorrow's rain. Oh, Wendy Hargraves, clear skies for northern lights Thursday night? Probably. The nice thing about this time of the year is if you don't have an active thunderstorm, you generally have clear skies at night. So I would say yes. I'm going to be looking into that too. I've read some things about how there's a forecast of significant northern lights. I haven't gotten into that just yet. It's Monday morning. I had a long, nice weekend. And me and my wife, we went to her sister's cabin and we tooled up and down Hanley Lake and Intermediate Lake in Antrim County, I guess it would be. Nice. They call it the Antrim County Chain of Lakes. So this is this afternoon and this evening, and you could get some heavier rains and some of those thunderstorms. Nancy Engel, don't worry about Saturday afternoon just yet because those are clumps of thunderstorms and not a well put together storm that we would actually be able to time this far out. So I wouldn't sweat that just yet. Start thinking about it like maybe Wednesday evening. So the storms come across the UP and fall apart as they come toward Traverse City. So Leslie Stark, as you bring it up, yes, Traverse City probably not getting a whole lot. And some areas around Northwest Lower have been missing these rains. Then we go through Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening, and the thumb, Saginaw, Bay City, Flint, Lansing, Southeast, Jackson, Ann Arbor, Detroit area. Picks up some scattered decent amounts. Now we pick up with the European that goes out a little bit farther into the future, and we see what happens for Wednesday's rain. So here's Wednesday afternoon and evening and overnight. And this model wants to say that, from Cadillac to Tawas southward, we at least get into the blue. Kylie Aldridge, don't worry about this weekend just yet. Let's get a good rain on Wednesday, and don't worry about the weekend just yet. A little too far out. So this is saying that a ½ inch to inch of rain would fall across the southern 2/3 of lower Michigan, and it's also showing some 1 to 2 inch rains. I don't know if I would definitely believe that placement just yet. That's almost 80 hours out, but the point here is that we have a good shot at a fairly widespread useful rain on Wednesday night. Kendall Bailey says, I work at Pine Knob Music Theater in Clarkson, Michigan. I'm supposed to have a concert tomorrow night and Wednesday night. Is going to get rained out. Tomorrow night, I would say no. Wednesday night could be on the wet side. Um, these are summer rains, so they can do some splits and things like that. I wouldn't worry about it until the day of, but definitely the potential. Today's a warm one. We'll call it 85 to 88 degrees. It's a warm one. Tomorrow, remember the cold front is coming through, so it's still very warm in the southern third of the state, and then cooler, like as you get up to Traverse City, it'll be in the low 70s. And then Wednesday, that front will have shifted south. The clouds will come in from that solid rain, and we'll be in the 70s for highs. Thursday, 75 to 80. Friday, back well into the 80s. Saturday, low to mid 80s. Sunday, mid to upper 80s. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So the one thing you notice here is that you don't see any really, really intense heat anywhere. Just some fairly nice summer weather. So there you have it. Severe thunderstorms possible across the central UP this evening, early this evening, let's say 5 to 9 p.m. Those storms move into the southeast corner of lower Michigan tomorrow afternoon, and then Wednesday afternoon and when into overnight on Wednesday, we look for hopefully a good chance at a widespread, everybody gets a half inch to an inch, because although some places are starting to feel like they're getting wet, other places are still dry, and there's still a few spots like parts of northern Michigan have missed all of these rains, parts of northern lower Michigan, and some places are still bone dry, and the drought is actually increasing until a good rain comes by. All right, there you go. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. Have yourselves a great Monday. Bye.